Okay, so this video is here to explain what happens if you have Mercury sitting in the 6th house in your birth chart. So what is the 6th house? The 6th house is originally ruled by Mercury in Virgo. The 6th house represents everyday struggles and problems and conflicts that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, like paying your bills or going to the doctor or taking care of your sick animal and pet, or you driving to work and you get a flat tire and you figuring out what is the best course of action to go resolving, changing this flat tire, or you got a check, or you got, you just got paid, and you got several bills to take care of, but you also got to take care of some other things outside of your immediate bills. And now it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Who am I going to take care of first? Or how can I make enough money to take care of everybody, It just represents these regular little, small, little, minute problems that we have to face on a day-to-day basis. The 6th house represents small pets and animals. The 6th house represents debts, which is like bills, things that you owe people. The 6th house represents routine things, so that could be like your 9-to-5 job, because you go to work every day, or you go to work 5 days a week. So problems within the work environment could possibly be seen with your 6th house and with the 6th house Lord. And that's essentially what the 6th house is all about. And once you learn, and understand the 6th house, you sort of understand why Mercury and Virgo is the original rulers of the 6th house. Because you need that sharp, analytical, critical mind to deal with the issues of the everyday world, of the everyday problems. So what is Mercury? Mercury is a planet that represents logical, calculative, quick analytical thinking. Mercury is also associated with youthfulness. Mercury is associated with siblings, but mainly younger siblings. So Mercury is associated with written communication. And Mercury wants to use its intelligence and its quick logical thinking to sort of resolve the issues and the problems in relation to the house that it sits in. Or it just wants to exercise its intelligence in the house that it goes to. So Mercury is in the 6th house, and it's sitting in his own house, and it's very comfortable sitting where it's at. So someone with Mercury in the 6th house here, they're just their mind, their intelligence is always looking for the flaws. It's always looking for the problems in life, in their everyday environment. They're looking for it, and it could drive them crazy, and it could just make them real good, or it could just make them very good and on point at solving and resolving issues. It can also make them very anal and nitpicky and a pain in the tail and shit, for real, because they are always either looking for problems or always spotting things, and it's like, yo, let's just relax and have a good time. They're always thinking and calculating and trying to stay likely a few steps ahead of the game. Mercury in the 6th house, they get a flat tire, they'll have a spare tire on them. They might know how to change the spare tire. Mercury in the 6th house, they might start saving up money so they can foresee and plan for rainy days. Mercury in the 6th house, they're good at foreshadowing and overcoming maybe obstacles in the work environment. The 6th house also represents diseases and health. So Mercury in the 6th house, they can use their intelligence to overcome diseases and illnesses. They can treat themselves. They might start to learn about herbs and research herbs and vitamins and self-treat themselves, self-medicate themselves to heal themselves and resolve their issues and problems. Mercury in the 6th house, they might take up a career and maybe treating small pets and animals. They might take up a career and wanting to be a doctor. So yeah, because the 6th house is associated with small pets and animals, and you throw Mercury here, someone with Mercury in the 6th house, they may have an interest in wanting to learn about dogs and cats and small pets and animals, or wanting to learn about taking care of them, or they might be able to just naturally be able to use their intelligence to cater and nurture the small pets and animals. And Mercury in the 6th house, it's aspecting and looking at the 12th house, which represents foreign lands, faraway lands, isolation, and imprisonment, and sort of like secrecy and stuff too. So Mercury here could likely want to take their analytical, calculative, practical, problem-solving skills and intelligence and maybe share it with the world on a huge global, worldwide basis. But the 12th house is also sort of like, working behind the scenes. So Mercury could want to take their critical, nitpicky, calculative intelligence and maybe want to help people on a large spaces around the world, but it would probably be real low key and behind the scenes. They might not get too much recognition for all the little efforts and stuff that they put towards helping other people and resolving their problems and issues and stuff. Mercury in the 6th house could probably be a very good psychiatrist, using their intelligence to resolve people's problems, or a counselor or something to resolve people's problems, or be like some maybe prison doctor, because I told you the 6th house is associated with health and diseases, and the 12th house is associated with imprisonment. And Mercury could just use his intelligence to want to maybe take care of people in prison or isolated like places and environments, such as a hospital. If you're in a hospital, you're sort of locked up in your room, and you getting fed at certain times, and you in jail. They got doctors and people that come and speak to the inmates and try to get them to turn their life around. Or you be a veterinarian with Mercury in the 6th house. So Mercury in the 6th house used to be real on point with using your intelligence to handle bills and debts and like I said, issues in the work environment. And you're just naturally always maybe thinking and planning and preparing and looking for problems that might arise in your life. And like I said, it can drive you crazy. So the natural remedy for someone who might express those negative characteristics and qualities of the Mercury in the 6th house is to go to the 12th house, which would be to maybe take a break, fly away, go to isolation, go somewhere that you've never been before, and just take a break from the routine, mundane, everyday world and problems and struggles to ease and relax your mind. But that is essentially all that you see happen when you have Mercury sitting in the 6th house in your birth chart. I hope that this gave you great insight and clarity when it comes to learning about what happens when you have Mercury in the 6th house sitting in your birth chart. And thank you for watching.